Darius just mentioned, Chicago school board members are expected to vote on that budget in about 7 hours. And one objective is trying to find a way to close that $734 million budget hole. It means members will have to decide if they will support Interim CEO Macquline King's proposed budget. And the deadline to pass a budget is today. So Dana is with the Interim CEO to talk more about what has become a contentious issue. Dana.
All right, Jackie, thanks so much. And we also want to thank Dr. King for being with us this morning to talk about all of this. Now, I know this budget discussion has been contentious, to say the least. A lot of talk centered around a $200 million short-term loan that the mayor and the teachers union wants the district to take out to close that to help close that budget gap, but also more specifically to help make a pension payment of $175 million. Your budget proposal does not include taking out that short-term high-interest loan, despite the fact that the mayor who appointed you is backing it. Why does it not include that loan?
We were able to balance the budget with the savings and efficiencies with our current resources. And so that's what this budget represents. It represents the ability to keep the budgets that principals received in the spring whole. It protects our labor agreements, and it protects classrooms from midterm cuts. And so we did not include a loan at this point because CPS has the flexibility in the event of an emergency to borrow.
Well, people say if the district takes out that loan, it would just be, not everyone, but some people, including the Civic Federation, say it would be fiscally irresponsible. Do you agree with that?
I agree that there are some financial consequences that we would be subjected to as a result of a loan. And that's what the budget that's proposed does. It provides structural changes that allow CPS to have savings in future budgets down the road.
Well, there could be pushback today, this afternoon, at the board meeting. And in fact, Mayor Brandon Johnson just appointed a brand new school board member yesterday, one day before this vote, and many believe that will absolutely tip the scales, if you will, in favor of what the mayor wants, as opposed to maybe what you're proposing. Are you concerned about the timing of that appointment?
No, I think that all of the board members, we all want the same thing, right? We want what's best for children. I think our approach is different, and so the budget I propose, as opposed to what may be a counter to that budget, may not necessarily be the same, but I think ultimately we all want what's best for children.
So it doesn't, this last hour appointment does not concern you? You don't think it's playing politics, if you will?
I think that it does not concern me.
Okay, it doesn't concern you. Is it possible to balance the budget and keep all classrooms and schools intact for the long run without taking out a loan at some point?
The budget that I propose does protect classrooms in the long run, and that's as a result of, my being a principal. I understand the importance of ensuring that the budgets that principals received in the spring is made whole, not just from August 18th, from the first day of school, but to the last day of school.
And what happens if a budget isn't agreed upon today?
Historically, that has never happened. So if the budget wasn't passed, schools would not be able to operate normally. However, we have no precedence for that. So I feel confident that our 21-member board will pass a budget today.
And finally, what about that $175 million pension payment, though? I know the city traditionally pays it, but what happens if that is not included in a budget that's passed today? Does it just get punted to the city budget?
The budget that I propose does include the pension payment. It is included in a way that if the district receives additional funds, that we can make the payment. So it is included, which was different from last year. It was not included at all, which would have required an amendment by the board to make the payment.
Well, I would imagine, I would imagine you expect a pretty robust discussion and meeting today, this afternoon, right before that vote is taken. But CPS CEO, Interim CPS CEO Dr. Macquline King, we really appreciate you spending some time with us this morning, because this is a very important issue to all residents of Chicago.
It is.
Okay, thank you so much. Jackie, back to you.
Dana and Dr. King, thank you so much.